Hi everyone, Chantal Curry here, nutritional wellness coach, and I have the amazing, beautiful soul called Sally Gray, who is the founder from Real Healthy Kids. And we are here today to talk all things about the Ignite Quest. But before we get into that, I do want to provide you with her list of very impressive credentials. So we are in amazing hands here today. So first and foremost, she's a mum to amazing Jacob, wife to Mike, and she is a naturopath extraordinaire, master trained nutritionist, herbalist, EFT and NLP practitioner, Jack Canfield Success Principles trainer, master's life coach, and herbalist. I can't remember what I said, herbalist. And she's also a neuroscience practitioner as well as a Course in Miracles minister in training. I think I got them all this time. So, sorry?
I do love studying.
You do love. She is a self-confessed education and neuroscience nerd. So I don't feel bad saying that at all. So welcome and thank you for serving us with some of your time today, Sally.
It's such a pleasure to speak with you, Chantal, always.
Oh, our pleasure. So you're about to commence another round of the amazing Ignite Quest, which, I have personally done 3 times and I will be dipping into a 4th time. And it has an absolute profound effect. So we want to dive into all things Ignite today. And so I just want you really to give us an idea of what is Ignite? What is that all about?
Well, Ignite is my passion. I feel so blessed to live the life that I live. And it is largely built on the foundation of the teachings that I share in the Ignite Quest. The Ignite Quest is an educational journey, but it's a spiritual journey as well. It's a journey of taking back our individual power to be able to live the kinds of lives that we know deep down is possible. Each of us has this little inner voice that's saying there's something more, there's something else. And having worked as a naturopath, a nutritionist, as a counsellor for over 25 years, working in this very practical, outside-in, tangible supplements and nutrition world, I came to realise that those are simply band-aid solutions. They might be effective at times, but their impact doesn't deliver the kinds of results that people really want. We all have deep, deep desires and yearnings for fulfillment, for meaning, for unwavering peace, happiness, for joy. And we're looking in all the wrong places to fill these needs.
Yeah.
And so for many years I struggled in working in my profession, believing that we can supplement our way to what we're really after.
Yeah.
To heal the body, to heal the mind from the outside in. It's just not possible. And so I'd been on my own spiritual journey for some time and eventually figured out how to blend naturopathy, nutrition and inner well-being. And I've really come to appreciate that the most important piece of the puzzle is how we feel about ourselves, how we see our lives, and what we think about our lives, how we talk about our lives. That actually influences everything. Everything. Let me give you an example. We can eat impeccably, depending on who you're talking to and which philosophy you follow. You might be vegan or vegetarian or paleo or autoimmune protocol or whatever it is. You can eat impeccably and not get the results that you're hoping for. And it's got nothing to do with the nutrition that you're eating. You can take the supplements that are recommended by the wisest naturopaths and functional medicine practitioners on the planet. And I was striving to be one of those with my toolkit of supplements. Here, this will fix you. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
Because if your belief system is programmed with a fundamental idea of I am not worthy.
Mm.
I am not worthy of health. Disease is just something I get because everyone in my family has got it. I have the genes and therefore I will get sick.
Yeah.
That is the most powerful driver of your future condition. Not whether you eat well, not whether you supplement well, not whether you exercise, but what you think deep down. And so a journey of healing, a journey of health, a journey of what we know is possible, which is extraordinary health beyond any limitations that we have heard and listened to. It's possible. We can live with vibrant energy, with bliss and joy every single day. But it starts in our minds. So we have to develop some self-awareness and understand, how does it work? How do I work? How am I going to get the best out of my life? And as a mum, this becomes even more important, as I know you know, because we care so much more about them seemingly than we do ourselves. And we're not serving them and thinking that we are at the effect of life. Yeah. That life is happening to us, that we can do anything from the outside in to influence our deepest feelings, our set point. It's just not possible. And so Ignite is the inspiration, the end product of the work that has taken me over 25 years to navigate myself, the journey of personal peace, the journey of personal power, the journey of living a life with passion and purpose. And it's now something that I think anyone can do. We can do this. We just have to be willing to challenge what we've thought. We don't even know that we can do this, that our thoughts aren't who we are. We just have to appreciate that the brain works in specific ways that directs our outcomes, and our fixed ideas are just that. They're just ideas. Our fixed beliefs are just thoughts we've thought a lot until they feel like they're normal, just normal for us. And they are profoundly powerful, and they are shaping our outcomes more than what we put in our mouths. So it is that which we focus on in the Ignite Quest.
That is such an interesting, I think, paradigm shift for people to grasp, because we've been working together now for a number of years, and that started out from a naturopathic point of view. And it was probably a couple of weeks ago, I think, when for whatever reason, I decided to look back, I'll pass all my health notes, and I looked back at our consult notes, and I could see the sprinklings of the Ignite work that you were trying to, I guess, implant in me at the time. And it's only now looking back at that with the deep understanding of Ignite that I do, that I kind of get now, oh, that's what she was trying to do then, or that's why she was asking me to do this, even though I was very, done a fair amount of personal development work, but nowhere to the level and the depth that Ignite takes us to. So it is, I think, a really important paradigm shift to get people to start thinking about more of their ways of being, their thought patterns and their mindset. So I'm going to just say personal thank you for coming to that realization, because I can see that from my own observation, from us starting to work together, as to how you're trying to sprinkle that in and then to take it on its own little journey by itself. So that is just, so precious. And in that, you probably already answered to the second question I was going to have, which was why Ignite, but you've explained that beautifully and so eloquently. The other thing I'd love for you to give us an understanding of, what do you think are some of the outcomes that the audience can expect from Ignite?
It's been such an honor to watch the women and men as well. There are many more men doing this program now, which has been really it's really added something to the program. It's been really beautiful to watch it evolve. And to see the kinds of results that people get is what brings my life meaning, more meaning, for us to all step into our truth, our power, to understand that we are deeply connected to something greater, something benevolent, something that is supporting us, that is holding us to help us to realize our true potential. What we know from psychology research is that we have some core needs that we're not even aware of. We have a need to live a life in alignment. We have a need for growth, and we will be dragged there either kicking and screaming or willingly. And so what the Ignite delivers for people is, if you are willing to do this work that is far more impactful than nutrition and supplementation and everything that my entire career has been built on, you will get rewards that set you on a path of which there are no end.
Yeah.
Your capacity to create, which is what you are here to do, with the support of this energetic, benevolent force that is the universe, will set you on a course of magnificent creation and personal freedom. And I think that that's the outcome that most people discover, is that they aren't stuck, that they aren't a victim, that they can create their lives, that they are responsible for their part to play in their experience, and that they can change that, that they aren't defined by who they have been, that if that isn't something they want to be anymore, that they can change. And so they start to live with more peace, more connection, more love, and understanding that we are built for resilience.
Yeah.
That challenges actually hide not only what we've seen as discomfort, but also possibility and opportunity. And that their lens for living becomes larger and more fulfilling. That they can then walk each day and find more things to be grateful for, more things to appreciate, which opens up the beauty that is here now that most of us simply miss because we're tuned to the frequency of stress and pain and suffering. And we can change that focus. We don't need to change anything outside of ourselves. And I think that's the thing that most people will tell me afterwards, is that they've been trying to change everything outside themselves, people, situations, their nutrition, and everything they can possibly see that isn't to their liking. But change doesn't happen from the outside in. It happens from the inside out. And that is the most powerful realization to come to, that we have the power to see what we want to see. And we only see what we see because that has been our program.
Sure.
And we can challenge that. We can explore that. We can delve into it and then line up with what it is we want instead. It really isn't that tricky. It's just that we aren't given this operating manual, are we, for our brains?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. And so I know the wonderful outcomes you've experienced, and that's really typical for people to walk away going, wow, well, that rule book was kind of handy to have, and to live life on their terms by their own design, I think, is just such a gift. And getting back your power.
I
so
think
it's really profound.
I was going to say as well, I think also one of the, what has been one of my great outcomes, and I know it's still a work in progress, was not only as I progressed through this journey, but having the teachings to empower my children now. And that's even just one of the things I saw this morning. They are starting to become more aware of their language, which has just been so beautiful to see. And I know it almost brings tears to my eyes, just because it's like, oh, you guys are listening and you are watching. And it wasn't even me that had to mention anything. You know, my beautiful boy said to his sister, now, is that really what you want to be telling your brain? I don't think so, because it is listening. And I was like,
Yes.
Yes. So for every discomfort that I've had to be in, there's been so much more gold, and it's been so much more worth it. So I can only imagine what is still to come.
Yes.
So,
Our children deserve that too. You know, they learn what they live.
yeah.
And we need to wake up. We're living in a dream. And my question is, why wait another day in suffering when you can have something else really fast? Yeah, it's going to take work. You're going to have to unlearn what you've learnt to do and replace it with something that is going to bring peace to you and to your children. And yes, they learn. When you share this information with them and live by example, they learn fast, and they never have to relearn it. They never have to relearn it. Let me give you another example of Jacob, my son. Yesterday, we were having a conversation about the law of attraction. And so he spent the day challenging himself to be in the vibration of allowing. And yesterday afternoon, he went to the local sports shop, which is kind of like a sports and outdoor shop, with his dad, who needed something for work. And he picked up this, it's like the Woboba ball that there's a Woboba kind of frisbee thing.
Oh, okay.
Jacob picked it up and he said to the man, "How much is this? Because I'd really like to buy it." And the man picked it up and scanned it and he said, "Here, you have this as a gift. Happy Christmas." It's nowhere near Christmas, but
yeah. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
And so these little kinds of things, when we teach our children the truth of this experience, that they don't have to fight, attack and defend, that they are born with power and resources that lines them up with a benevolent universe. There isn't evil, there isn't bad, there is simply the end result of the energy that you bring.
Absolutely.
This is so powerful, and our kids get it. Unlike us, who spent decades suffering to get to this point.
Yeah.
No
hopefully
matter.
they will evolve, and not hopefully, we know that they are, but I think hopefully soon that they will understand. And this is the thing that I'm trying to is to give them, is for them to understand is how powerful their mind is. And I think as you just explained, they are getting it, but I think they are understanding the enormity of the power that they have more and more each time.
Yes.
So
I'd like to just add one thing for anyone who's listening to this who might be on a healing journey, because there is a dis-ease for themselves or their children. This is incredibly relevant. Our mindset around health is shaping our health and that of our children. And that might feel uncomfortable to hear. There might be a little ouch in that realization. But to do the work of healing your mindset around health and then seeing the perfection in your children, the blessing in this situation, and focusing your mind in a direction that will line up with the energy of what it is you desire, because what you desire is well-being, but what you're possibly focused on is sickness. And they will produce very different outcomes.
Yeah.
So this is where it began for me in my profession, but began much earlier in my personal life to overcome my own challenges with anxiety and chronic health issues. But for mums, the mums that I work with who have children with chronic health issues, it is extremely relevant. It is less relevant about what you do from the outside in and more relevant about dealing with your stress, your mindset. And the amount of magic I have seen happen when mums just simply focus on that, focus on finding peace, on relaxation, on restoring or implementing a new story. It's truly remarkable what can happen. So the Ignite Quest, as so many people say, is something that every mum should do.
Absolutely.
It's such a gift.
Absolutely. So with that one in mind, when does the next Ignite Quest begin?
The next Ignite Quest begins on March the 18th. And it is an online journey with live sessions each and every week, supported with online learning modules where there are video lessons and handouts and little tasks to simply cut and paste into your life. And transformation is guaranteed when you take action, which is the exciting part. All you have to do is take action on what we talk about. And for most people, interestingly, they can't make the live sessions, but if you can, it's an opportunity to ask your questions. And if you can't, then you simply send through by email any questions you have and they get addressed so that you can listen to the replay. And all of it's housed in an online learning portal so you can access it at your own convenience and then do it over and over and over again, which is, repetition.
Recommended.
Yeah. So many people who do this multiple times tell me, I can't believe what happened the next time and the next time. It's just amazing, the layers and what you hear, what lands. The point is just begin. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. It has to begin somewhere. And the staggering and terrifying statistics of palliative care research that tell us that upwards of 95% of people are dying with major life regrets. Don't let that be you.
Absolutely.
Don't let that be you, because the 95%, the chances are it could be. You're the only one that can make the change in your life, and you deserve to do that now. You deserve to live the life that is possible, and so do your children.
Absolutely.
And your partners.
And your partners. They come along for the ride whether they want to or not.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you do. You have that. What you end up projecting out just becomes quite magical, really. And although you feel like, oh, everyone else is changing around me, but it's not. It's you that have changed and they're responding to your changes, which has been one of the interesting observations on my journey. Yeah. Having come from as well, also, I need this, this, and this, and this to be happy. Well, actually, that is my job, my responsibility, and I can do that right now. I don't need any of those things. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
and the only thing you walk away with, isn't that gold?
100%.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing you bring yourself back to all the time. Really, that was an outside thing. I can bring this back to me right now. And so it's an amazing roadmap, I think, that gets you back on track. But not only that, I found, it's teaching you how to use your brain and your mind, which we don't have the manual for. No. We're not taught how to do. We're not taught how thoughts influence our physical experience or even our health experience for that matter. And so it's just whenever you know and you feel it, you feel like you've gone off track, and then you have this plan to put you back on track again. And so again, so many benefits and so many outcomes to doing the Ignite program. So I highly recommending that everyone jumps on board, and I'm going to put all of the details in the interview notes.
Yes.
So we start on the 18th of May.
18th.
And
March.
May.
March.
I know, March. And that will go for 12 weeks.
12 weeks, yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, is there any final words that you want to say before we end off this amazing chat we've had today?
Yes. I always have a final word.
We always want to hear it.
I want to be able to share with any mum who's ready to hear that the kind of life that you might see as a distant dream, as something someone else is living and isn't possible for you, but still there's that voice inside that's saying there's something more. This isn't right. I'm not meant to suffer. Listen. Listen. We are each born with resources within that make us all equal. Every single one of us is born with the capacity to create, with the power to create, to connect to a source of creative inspiration that is truly limitless. So listen to that voice that is within you. No one else can live your life for you. Know that what it is that you dream in secret, in private, is possible.
Mm.
So take the leap with me, with someone else, but believe in yourself. You are supported. The universe is working for you. It's conspiring for your success. And you're going to have to trust a little bit, have a little bit of faith, hold on to hope, and know that everything is working for you. Take the next step. You can't go wrong.
You absolutely can't, especially with such a proven, laid out, easy plan. So thank you so much, Sally, I know the pleasure, honestly, has been ours for having this amazing chat today and sharing your beautiful message. And I cannot wait to share the details of this life-changing program. Like you said, with any mum, person, doesn't have to be a mum anymore. We have blokes in the program now. Who is ready to hear that message and be the best that they can be. So thank you so much.
It is absolutely
having you.
And I look forward to seeing you in Ignite again too, Chantal.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All righty. Have an amazing day.
You too.
Bye.